about that is if you get sick of it in a few years, it's not a big chore to take it down. This is a kitchen of a client's house, and they love color, a young family. So you can have some fun by bringing it in, again, in simple ways. They're just wooden chairs. You could have your kids paint them on a weekend. And in fact, right in this hall, one of my favorite new chairs is Rough Sawn. And you probably saw the image on the front of the catalog, those beautiful wooden chairs in all different colors. Fantastic, and that huge long harvest table. So you could do something really fun like that. And in this kitchen, you can see a hint of a blue backsplash, and the island is also blue, which, speaking of bold colors, blue is one of the hottest colors right now. And I think one of the reasons being is if you think about it, we've done a lot of black, and black will never go out of style. It's fantastic, it's classic, it's glamorous. And then we've been doing a lot of grays and charcoals. Again, it's kind of the new black. But blue adds that sophistication if you think about some beautiful dark blues. So don't be afraid of some navies and blues. This, I would love to tell you, is one of my projects, but it's not. This is in Newfoundland, off the coast, is a little island called Fogo. And Fogo Island has this amazing, modern, contemporary hotel. And I won't go into the whole long story, but it's interesting to Google. One of the residents of Fogo Island who grew up there went off to, as many people did from Newfoundland when the fisheries were dying in the 70s and 80s, went off to university and made a little bit of money and wanted to bring some money back to her community. So she started a charity and she started, giving scholarships. And one day at a town hall meeting, she said, well, how is this working out? What do you think? And the parents said, well, this is great. We love that you're giving our kids an education, but they're going off to school and they're not coming back. Can't you create an industry here at home? So they decided to create a hotel. And what they did was they said, anybody who wanted to work at the hotel, they would train you. So they trained you to be front desk or work in the kitchen or be a server or a maid or whatever you wanted. And all the textiles and all the furniture is made locally. So they've actually taken a bunch of old techniques, shipbuilding techniques, because obviously being a big fishery area, there was a lot of people who had these amazing skill sets as wood craftsmen. So they used a lot of those techniques to build this furniture. So it's an amazing experience to go there. Even if you're there and you just want to pop in, this is the restaurant lounge area, but you can see all the color and vibrancy is in the accessories. And when you're there, it's actually very whitewashed and very Scandinavian feeling, but the accessories give this amazing energy. This you saw, I think, a little clip in Summer Home. So I had gone up and met with the family, and they had 3 young girls, and they wanted to put them in their same bedroom. So, 3 young girls, it's amazing how many children have an idea of what they want in their rooms. So by the way, if you're thinking about designing for your child, as young as they are, ask them. Because I bet you they'll tell you the colors they like or what they like or their favorite book or their favorite movie. And it's nice to make the space feel like it's their own. So in this situation, the kids all liked a different favorite color. 3 young girls, I'm like, uh-oh. So thankfully I found this wallpaper, and you can't see, but it is quite beautiful. It's got some blues and pinks and yellows. And then we actually did some inexpensive throws on the bed, but I had somebody crochet those beautiful little floralettes, and we did them all sorts of different colors to make it really girly and really fun. And then lots of little cubbies with storage. And it's hard to see here, but those are beautiful blue storage baskets, which is great at the cottage because we don't need a lot of closet space. Gold and warm metals. So people are saying to me, well, Karen, I've been, buying all this chrome and brushed nickel and stainless steel, and how do I bring these warm metals into my home? Well, it's easy because we're mixing metals. And in fact, if you look at fashion, that's a great indicator of where trends are coming from. So if you want to know what colors or patterns or textures or what's happening, that's what I do. I look at fashion, and then I know that it's going to trickle down into design in the next year or so. So we've been seeing, buckles on shoes and purses and all these warm metals for years. So you can mix and match. And if you look, I'm wearing a blue watch with a gold face, and then I'm wearing some silver jewelry, and that's okay. So when you go home tonight, feel free to pull out some of that old jewelry and mix and match it and buy some beautiful warm metals for your home, because it takes a stainless steel environment, which can be kind of cold, and it warms it up and makes it more feminine. So this is that same kitchen where we saw those beautiful chairs painted. So we did these beautiful warm metal lights over top of the island, and they're in a kind of a warm coppery color. And remember I said repetition is important? So what we did was we made sure all the lights on the main floor had that warmness to them. So they didn't all have to be metal, but the light over the kitchen table was a beautiful big kind of golden rattan. And then we had these beautiful warm metal lights, and then the light in the family room, which is open concept, is also this beautiful warm rattan with some gold metal on it. And so there's a nice relationship between all of these, and it helps to warm up a space that otherwise wouldn't be so warm. These are Zulu modern chairs. Zulu's here, and these are fantastic. So they are great. You can move them. One of the things I do love about these chairs is, say, for example, you're having a dinner party and you had to move a few chairs outside because it's such a gorgeous night, and maybe you only have a patio set for 6. You can move these indoors and outdoors and use them. I wouldn't leave them out there. In fact, I like to cover my patio furniture anyway to elongate the life, but you could use them outside. You can also stack these. So some of those practical elements are good to consider. And you can imagine a space where you brought some of these warm elements in. They got some sparkle and they add a feminine touch to a space. Black is back. So the truth is it's never going to be out of style. It's fantastic. And if you look even on our last slide, those beautiful black windows, and I'll go back so you can see it, these beautiful black windows, we're seeing a lot of that, with the black stiles and rails or the black mullions, very hot right now. And people are doing it with just one wall in their home. So for example, say you did your whole house and you have new windows, you're not going to go out and put all new windows in your house. But what we're doing a lot of, particularly when we do an addition, is we're doing the back of the house in all beautiful, kind of slightly more industrial black doors. And it's really a beautiful punch and a beautiful feature. In this space here, there is black appliances, and these are actually back painted glass, and they're beautiful. And the big black pendant over the island. And the island, it might look a little odd. You might be wondering what's going on. I love small spaces because I find they're such a challenge. This is actually, there's a side door in this house. And as you come in the side door, you go up a couple steps to the main floor or down a few steps to the basement. So we actually wrapped the island around it, or else you would have had the teeniest little kitchen. So that counter space where the flowers are sitting, that's actually where the stairs are going down. So we've given you lots of working space in the kitchen and also hid a design flaw. So design is about, where do I want you to look? What should you be paying attention to? And making use of spaces that otherwise you wouldn't be able to. And then it's hard to see here, but we have beautiful black barn-style lights, and they're hanging over reclaimed barn board shelves. Another great one from Zoo, and this is the beautiful black hats. Fun, a little bit of whimsy is always fun too in a space. It kind of lightens up a serious space. And then the beautiful black chairs. This is a space we did. And this is a the room that we saw with all the chairs in the beginning clip with the blue chairs that swiveled and the banquette. This is actually their dining room. So we pulled some of the colors from that room, but went more monochromatic and just kept it really simple. Mid-century modern. I'm a huge fan of mid-century modern. It's beautiful lines, it's well constructed, a lot of wood. It's not a lot of staining of wood, it's more natural woods. And there's a lot of iconic pieces you'll probably see and you'll say, it's a reinterpretation. So we're seeing a lot of reinterpretations of the mid-century modern. So in this space here, this is actually in my own home. This is my wet room. So everything that you see, all the wood is actually marine grade teak. So everything can get wet. And the floorboards there's a drain under there. So when the water spills out of the tub or you're having a shower, you don't have to worry about anything getting wet. So the idea is that wrapping wood around and letting wood with the grain just be beautiful. This is from Houpe. They're at the show here, Hall 1, I believe. And they have these gorgeous, clean, lined furniture. And you can see it's just simple.